Good morning. Good morning. Turn the heater off for a second. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started this morning. I am excited. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Guess what? We made it. We made it to Friday. I'm ready for a nap already. Don't judge me. Didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock this morning and was back up at 4:30. What sleep did I get, Lord? What sleep did I get? Um, I'm here though. I'm here. I'm here. And I'm excited about Friday. Before get started, well, first of all, we have been talking about intentional living this week. We've been talking about accountability, taking accountability. We've been talking about complaining and all the things that can block our blessing. So we're just gonna bring that thing on in this morning. Before I get started, for those of you that's new, that has not been following, thank you for being here this morning. I am Tawanda. I'm Coach Tawanda. I'm a called and certified personal development and goals coach. I'm a best-selling author, and I am the podcast host of Talks with Tawanda. I have a few more titles in there, baby, but we're just gonna give those few for the moment. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Um, Before we dig in, I want to take a moment to send an invite for you to join us December the 15th for our Vision and Goals workshop. It will be online. I have had the honor of doing this workshop in person for many years, and it has been an awesome, transformational setting. And so we have decided to shift things to online. So I'm excited about December the 15th. Go ahead and check the link in the bio to grab your seat to join us for the Vision and Goals workshop. If you don't know what you're doing for 2026 yet, if you've not sat and put all the goals together, put the vision, the goals, the plans, and all those things together, if you've not shifted your mindset to be ready for 2026, go ahead and join me December the 15th. The link is in the bio. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Now, um, let's honor the work we've done this week. We have done some work this week. I want you to take a moment to just congratulate yourself. It's a moment to be proud of the steps that you have taken. As we have talked this week, as we have made some transformational steps this week, it's been awesome. So you should take time to just tell yourself how proud you are of self. So we can just go ahead and give a little recap this morning. On day one, we talked about accountability. You looked in the mirror and you said, I can't grow if I keep giving my power away. You took responsibility not to shame yourself, but to empower yourself. That's what we did on day one. And I hope you took that intentionally and seriously. Day two, we talked about complaining. You learned that complaining doesn't change your situation, it changes you. It drains your energy, it fogs your vision, and it keeps you stuck. You started letting things go of the language that you start letting go of the language that was limiting you. Those moments that you continue to dig down into a situation, focusing on the event, and not taking the time to change the response. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yes, we talked about complaining. On day three, we talked about changing your response. So on day three, you discovered that your response is where your power lies. Life may hand you events you didn't choose. That's events. So you have well, first of all, we talked about E plus R equal O. Events plus response equal outcome. Events we understood that we could do nothing about. They happen to us. They just happen. Our response is how we look at the event that took place, and our outcome is according to how we respond. So if you don't know about that E plus that R equal that O, make sure you go ahead and just learn a little bit about it. Allow yourself to sit in the space so that you can make the responses that gives you the outcome that you desire to have. And day four, we talked about becoming. You realized on day four that your identity is something you find. It's not something you find. It's something you decide. You decide to be who you are. You have the right and the authority and the permission to become the version of you that aligns with your purpose. We have been talking over weeks about purpose, alignment, and all the things because when you talk about goals and you talk about vision, if we're not aligning ourselves mentally, then we will miss some things. We will miss some blessings. So today is day five, day five. We are here and we're going to keep this thing short and sweet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We just sitting here chopping it up because one thing we're going to do is before 2026 get here, we're going to be ready. We're not going to wait till 2026 get here to get ready. We're going to already be ready. We waking up through that thing. We're going to bust through that thing ready. So you've heard me speak a lot about living intentionally. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing coming from a space of surviving, being in survival mode, just on autopilot, just doing the thing, wake up, doing the same thing over and over again with no real purpose, no real direction, no real intentions behind getting through that day. And so we have understood over the last few weeks that um, we are walking intentionally into the life that we are desiring to have, and we're gonna walk into that thing with our chest out. So we're going to bring it all together. Living intentionally means stop living on autopilot. Like you just wake up and the same thing over and over again. There's no purpose that's included to it. And it's not a moment to judge the situation. It's a moment to take accountability and look at life and just ask yourself, is this who I really want to show up as? Am I really living the life that I really desire to live? So for those that don't know myself, that decision had to be made for me. Even going from working a 9 to 5, being in that cycle. I think I was really in autopilot working a 9 to 5. Now I ain't judging no 9 to 5. Please don't get me wrong. Make your money, boo boo. Make your money, however you feel the need to do so. But I just know for me, when I sat and I allowed myself to evaluate self, when I allowed myself to sit in a space of understanding my purpose and what it was I really desired to have in life, I had to shift. I am excited always at the opportunities that I get working for myself, the life that I created, that's not determined by the expectations of other people. I intentionally live the way I want to. Baby, it's a little different, baby, when you're a business owner and all those things. You get to wake up on your own time. Now, although I still wake up pretty early, sweet baby, I wake up early because it's me setting my day. So, anyway, when we're living intentionally, because that's what we're doing, I remember that time when I wasn't as intentional about living. I was still letting old habits, old pain, and old patterns make decisions for me. I want you to understand now life has happened, and there's nothing we can do about what happened, but it is something you can do about how you move forward and how the outcome began. And it's by shifting who you are, who you think you are, and what you believe about yourself. So it means every day you choose to you make the choice of who you want to be. Every day you make the choice of how you want to show up. Every day you make the choice of what you allow and what you speak into your life and what you allow to be spoken into your life. What you will no longer tolerate, that's your choice. When you're living intentionally, you understand that those are your choices and you get to make those choices according to what it is you're looking to have and do in life and what you're building towards. So every day when you're allowing yourself to live intentionally and not on autopilot, you got choices you get to make. Who are you going to be? Ask yourself that. One of those things that I do, and one of the reasons why I wake up so early in the morning, I'm up early, sweet babies. And now there's some days I get up early to do my little 1 2, and I be like, oh Lord, I'm a little tired. But I have purpose behind getting up early. And I want to ask myself before anybody requires anything from me, before anybody says my name, I like to ask myself some questions. And a few of the questions that I ask myself, like, who you gonna be today? How are you gonna show up today? What are some things I already know what I'm not going to allow, but what are you going to be speaking today? Because those thoughts and patterns and old thoughts and old behaviors and all old pain seems to want to sneak up at times. But what are you going to speak to into yourself for that day? That's something you should already be figuring out at the first part of your day before the world start putting their hands on you, because then you start feeding off their expectations and lose sight of where you're trying to go. Intentional living is not about perfection, sweet baby. It's not. It's about presence. Good morning, Ms. B. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's not about perfection. We are walking through spaces thinking that these spaces need to be perfect in order for us to exist in, and that's just not true. It's not the case. I'm just here to tell you it is not the case. You would hear me say often, I am human before I am anything else. And with that being said, it don't give me an excuse, but it gives me grace. It's about waking up. Living intentionally is about waking up in your own life, being the author of your own story, allowing yourself to know that, it's about making choices that reflect on your identity, allowing yourself to know that those are your choices, those are your decisions that you get to make, and you're not making them, you know, you're going to make choices that reflect on your identity and not on your insecurities, because we all have insecurities. Don't sit there and like it can be something small or something big, but there is something in each and every last one of us that we probably feel a little insecure about. That's okay. That's okay. We're not working from those areas. We're going to work on our identity, who we truly are. Because remember, last week we worked on identifying, our values, and we worked on our identity, who we were when we take off the hats and all the titles that we so often wear, and we so often allow ourselves to be attached to, thinking that's who we are. I want you to hear me clearly, because we finna roll into a new year, and a lot of people may be sitting. You may be sitting like, no, what next year I'm gonna do it. No, we're not gonna wait on next year. We don't need a new year, sweet baby. We don't need a perfect moment. We don't need permission. Your transformation can start today. Your transformation can start the moment that you say to yourself, I am ready to make my next decision. I am ready to make the next best choice in my life. I am ready to change the things that I have acknowledged that is not working for me. I'm just saying, sweet baby, come on through, come on through. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, if you on here, go ahead and do me a favor and start tapping that screen for me a little bit. Show me a little love. Keep me all energized. It's gonna keep me a little more energized over here. I want you to do a heart check today. I want you to do a heart check. And I want you to ask yourself, what kind of person am I choosing to be today? What kind of person are you choosing to be today? I want you to also ask yourself, are my actions matching the future I say I want? Those are some good questions to ask. Why are they good questions to ask, Coach Tawanda? Because if you don't know who you are and where you're going and the life that you're planning out for yourself, then you're gonna be living life according to what other people expect of you to live. So this is you making a decision. Your heart check is to center yourself with yourself and understand what it is you want and what it is you need out of life. Are your decisions led by fear or intentions? Baby, we all get a little scared sometimes. We all get a little scared. But your decisions, ask yourself, are my decisions being led by fear or intentions? Hey, sweet baby, how you doing this morning? I hope y'all staying warm over there, cause it's a little nippy, baby. Um, am I living from past or from my purpose? You hear me say often and very often that, I've turned my pain into purpose. Yes, it existed, sweet baby. There are some things that has happened in my life that has been hurtful. It didn't feel good. It left some scars, but scars heal. Yes, we can allow scars to heal. Scars can heal, and then they begin to tell the story. They tell the story of what you survived. Your pain and the things that you've dealt with in life in your past should not be no longer holding you back. You should look at it and see what you've survived. What have you made it through? And when you allow yourself to focus on that, you allow yourself to move more intentionally through life, because the truth is simple. Your life, your life, not mama and them life, not JoJo and them life. Your life becomes whatever you consistently choose. Yeah. Yeah, your life become whatever you consistently choose, not what you wish for. It's not what you talk about, because we could talk about some things all day long. But if we're not really choosing the actions that's going to back it up, then we just talking. What you choose matters. You decide what you want out of life. You decide how you're going to show up. If you want peace, Sweet baby, go ahead and choose actions that protect your peace. That means you're going to have to set some boundaries. You're going to have to say no in some areas that you've not been used to saying no. You're going to probably have to hurt somebody's feelings in this season in life so that you can protect your peace. Now, understand you're not hurting their feelings to be mean, to be angry, to be vicious. You're going to have to hurt their feelings because they're going to have to understand that you got boundaries. The new you is going to require you to have them. If you want growth, choose actions that's going to stretch you. Listen, it is something about being stretched. And I ain't talking about when you sitting there, baby, and you just, doing that little 1-2, trying to get those bones straightened up. Choose actions that's gonna make you go harder. Choose actions that's going to challenge you to be the better version of you. What if you want purpose? I want you to choose actions that reflect who God created you to be. Again, we have sat in the space of allowing people to label us according to what they feel and how they feel and who they feel we are. But we was already labeled before this even came about. And the label that we have allowed people to put on us, the label that told us that you told you that you're unworthy, that you can't do it, and it's not for you, and life is life, and all this stuff, all those things that then came about that allows you or puts you in a position to think something differently about yourself than who God had created you to be. Sweet baby, this is your time. This is your time. Because if you want change, you're going to choose responses that support that change. Remember again, you have event and everybody have it. E plus R equal O. Event, that thing that you can't control, you have no control over. Response, that thing you have 100% control over, which is going to equal your outcome, the thing that you are desiring to see. I'm going to ask you a question now. If you tired, I ain't going to ask you a question. I'm going to go ahead and make it a statement. Because if you're tired of repeating the same cycles, if you're tired of repeating the same cycles, if you got a moment, just go ahead and tap that screen or put in that chat box tired. Come on and talk to me this morning so I can talk back. Because this is not just for me, sweet baby. This is for all of us. Come on and allow ourselves to be in a position to understand that destiny and purpose waits for us. Because if you're tired of repeating the same cycles, then today should be your turning point. Yeah. Yeah. This is your moment to live intentionally. I want you to be very, very mindful of how you've been showing up. Have you been showing up surviving, just getting through it? Or have you been intentionally showing up because you know you got somewhere to go? This is your moment to show up differently. Okay, if you showed up, angry and hurt and bitter on yesterday, today you can show up a little bit different. Today you can show up healed. Today you can show up ready. So we're not going to focus on what yesterday looked like. We're going to focus on the fact that this moment right here, this is your moment to show up differently. This is your moment to step into the person that you're becoming. Remember, you heard me say plenty of times, you ain't late, sweet baby, you becoming. And when you becoming, baby, that thing take time. So you're not late to the party. You are right on time. I want you to know that this is your time now. This is your time now to make a decision for yourself that's going to impact your life for the rest of your days. I want to invite you again, take a moment, go ahead and click the link in the bio. Go ahead and join me December the 15th. Why would I be joining you, Coach Tawanda? Because we're going to go ahead and go deeper. We're going to really allow ourselves to sit in clarity. We're going to allow ourselves to make decisions that's going to actually move us into the life that we are designed to have. We're going to leave that place and sit in that place and leave that place with a little direction, sweet baby, and a little alignment. Alignment is one of those words that I've been using very often because when I say, baby, alignment has been in place. Oh my goodness, even from last night, I had a meeting. We had a board meeting and went a little longer than I expected, but baby, we had a great time. So we had a board meeting last night for my organization. I'm the founder of our future generation, and we had a board meeting. And oh my goodness, you can see in that space, like I was praying for a certain thing, y'all. I cannot wait till I can really introduce this project to you all. But I have been praying for some things. And in the midst of praying, where things showed up and it was starting to align itself years ago, I realized that, I was out of alignment with some places according to how I taught, how I, reacted, how I responded, and what I accepted. I actually didn't allow myself when I first started the organization in 2021. I was still a little fearful. I was still a little fearful. So I had a lot of questions to ask for, like, do you think I should do this? And do you think I should do that? And but none of the matter, you know, it came to me after starting launching the organization the first time that I was out of alignment. I still had some work to do. And baby, let me tell you, I'm ready. I am ready for it. So last night, just the conversations that was had in our meeting and plans that was brought to the table, and just seeing how, you have people in different areas, different places, and we're not even communicating on a daily about it. We're waiting for our meeting, and we get in that meeting, and the task that we had, it was just an alignment. It aligned itself so well for the program and for the outreach. I was just in awe, super excited. That thing was so fired up to, conversations. We didn't got out the Zoom, but then I still got a couple of phone calls afterwards. And I didn't lay down about 1:30 this morning, sweet babies, because it was just that good. And I was super excited because I looked and I said, okay, God, this is what you mean when you say fix yourself. This is what you mean when you say alignment. We have to allow our mindset to be aligned with our purpose. And I can sit back and think of, if I didn't take the time that I needed from when I first tried to launch the organization until now, I'm gonna mess some things up. I wasn't in order. Now I was in order to start a nonprofit, but I wasn't at the heart of what I needed to be doing within the nonprofit. It's just those little things, baby. And I'll be honest with you, if you went back before 2021 in my life, I wouldn't even, I was definitely not ready for nothing. But my mindset had to shift. I had to go through a season in life. The divorce made me have to sit down and think about some things. The identity theft had to sit down and think about some things. The trauma and the drama that was connected with family. If I had to sit down and think about some things, um, and it had to shift. Life had to shift, and I realized there wasn't nobody gonna come and save me. Wasn't nobody gonna come and pick up the pieces. I had to be woman enough to do that thing for myself. I had to be woman enough to sit with myself and put my big girl drawers on and say, T. Jones, it's time, baby. Nah, I'ma just wait and put it off. We ain't waiting and putting off healing this season. We're not gonna wait and put off vision and purpose and walking and becoming who we desire to come. We're not waiting this season. Our waiting time is over. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. It is time to start doing. I'm just saying, sweet baby, go ahead and tap that screen if you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you know this is your time, if that is your season, if it is something that is burning inside of you that's just saying, I need more. I'm ready for more. I need this change to come. Come on and tap that screen. And while you're tapping that screen, go ahead and hit that link in the chat in the bio. Why? Why am I gonna hit that? I've already told you why you're gonna hit the link. You're gonna hit the link so that you can join me on December the 15th. Why are you gonna join me on December the 15th? Because we're gonna get clarity about who you're becoming. Because we're gonna go step by step with your goals for 2026, because we're gonna know exactly what we're about to do. Because we're gonna shift some habits and structure. You're gonna get some habits shift and some structure to help support your growth. That's why you're gonna click the link. We're going to personalize your action plan. That's why you're going to click the link. We're not just going to put no pictures on the board, baby. We are going in that place for transformation, mindset alignment for some real transformation. You heard me? If you have been following this week, and this week have touched your heart, this week have shifted some things within you, go ahead and click that link and join me, because this is your time. This is your time to allow yourself to be aligned with where you're going. If there's something you're doing, if there's a space that you are sitting in, and you know that space that you're sitting in is you're outgrowing, it's time to shift. It's okay. Shifting is okay. Shifting is definitely okay. Come on and say shift if you're going to say shift. For those that come in a little later, that catches this video, do me a favor, go ahead and tap on that screen, but go ahead and subscribe as well. So go ahead and stay connected so you don't miss opportunities to shift where you need to shift. Y'all, I'm stuck here. Something always going on over here. Bless it. Either I'm stuck or something always ailing me over here. Bless it, Lord. But no, we're gonna walk out of this workshop with a shifted mindset. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gloating on myself for nothing, but baby, I've seen plenty of transformations take place in these workshops when they've been hosted. And I'm always excited for them. I'm always excited to have them because I know what it took for me. I know how life looked for me. And for me, I had to go and find pieces here and find pieces there. And then, a little bit later, here's another piece I had found. But what I'm going to do is we're going to put it all in one space. I'm not even going to send you to find all the pieces yourself. You ain't got to sit out there with like I was trying to figure it all out and put it all together. I'm going to have it all right there for you step by step so you can go ahead and move intentionally through life. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. And I just want to take this moment as we get ready to close out this live because ain't no need for me to go that long today. Now, TikTok, I'm going to go over there, sit over there and hang with you just a little bit. But YouTube, I'm not going to hold you that long. Why? Because we have been talking about and digging into this thing all week. And not just this week. Go back and catch some of the series where we have the opportunity and where we have sit and we worked on shifting the mindset. And if you allow yourself to watch and you allow yourself to take note and apply the action steps that has been given, you should be seeing some change right about now. You should be seeing some change right about now. I want you to know that you're not waiting on your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is waiting on you. You're not waiting on your blessings. Your blessings are waiting on you. Now, there may be someone out there that you probably still waiting on, but really, yeah, I take that back. It's still waiting on you. It's waiting on you to shift your mindset to be in a position and okay to receive it. This is your season where you are going to decide to live intentionally. This is your season where you are going to decide to live boldly. This is your season that you are going to decide to live being the woman or the man that you are becoming. This is your decision where you're going to decide to protect your peace. You're going to decide to walk in purpose. You are going to decide to intentionally be aligned. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. And I always say, and I say it to myself. So if I say it to myself, I'm going to say it to you too. Do you really want it? If you don't want it, then that's fine. If you like and love life the way it is, hey, that's perfectly fine. We're not going to make you think that it's something going on or something need to be changed that don't. But I will tell you this, if it's something in your heart that is tugging at you, that is pulling at you, that's signaling to you that, hey, maybe it's time to shift, then you should be getting that link and you should be joining me on December the 15th. And you should go back and catch some more of the previous lives so that you can allow yourself to start setting your mindset, start setting your intentions and get the tools and the tips that has been placed in those spaces to help you in your season of becoming. Hey, it's me, Coach Tawanda. I'm your personal development and goals coach, called and certified, best-selling self-published author, and podcast host of Talks with Tawanda. Got a couple of more titles I can add on there, but ain't no need to give them all to you right now because trust me, there's a lot that I get to place my hands on. Understand, though, I'm human before I am anything else. YouTube, it has been great. Thank you for your time. I hope that you are deciding today on this Friday to move forward, living intentionally. There's a version of you that has been waiting to meet you. In order to meet the new version, you're going to have to allow yourself to separate from the old version. You can do it. You can do it. YouTube, have an amazing weekend on purpose. And don't forget, click that link. Don't forget, share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. We done surviving. We living through this thing. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing weekend on purpose. Y'all,